Are you struggling with getting paid after you have submitted an insurance claim? There's a good chance you are because hi, I'm Amy Plano. I am the reimbursement dietitian. I help dietitians get credentialed, build the shit out of insurance, and make the money they deserve. And the reason why I know you may be struggling with getting paid on your insurance-based claims is that I work with hundreds, privileged, love it, best part of my life, hundreds of registered dietitians and CNSs each year who are billing insurance. And today I wanted to talk about the top three mistakes I see you guys making when you are submitting insurance-based claims for MNT. And when I say the struggle is real, the amount of pain I see you guys experiencing on things, which I'm going to walk you through, things that we can completely avoid. So you're definitely going to want to stay in because there's a 99% chance that you're making one of these three mistakes. So let's get to it. So the number one thing, hands down, that I see you guys doing wrong when billing insurance is making the assumption that every single insurance company accepts Z71.3. Okay. We all know that is a generic code that with many Blue Cross Blue Shield plans gives us unlimited visits, but 100% cannot be used for all of the insurance companies, right? And so the false premise that that is the superhero code for all insurances is a very bad assumption to make because even though we love to build the shit out of Blue Cross Blue Shield with that code, not all the insurance companies cover it. And I know nobody wants to hear this. Z71.3 historically is actually not preventative in nature. Things like overweight, obesity, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, those are diseases that are covered under the Affordable Care Act relative to decreasing the risk of mortality and morbidity among CVD patients. Okay. But I just want to be crystal clear because the number one thing I see you guys doing wrong is this. You slap Z71.3 as the diagnosis code on every single claim, and unfortunately, it does not work every single time, and it will never work every single time. Okay, what can we do instead? So number one, and I'm not even saying this to plug my cheat sheet, but if you have not bought my cheat sheet, you need to buy it. My cheat sheet literally summarizes exactly how to bill insurance. And also not to be a jerk, but when I see questions come through and people are kind of doing stupid shit, there's almost a 100% chance they do not have my cheat sheet. So how do we fix the fact that, we cannot bill every single insurance company with Z71.3? Number one, you want to solve your problems, go buy my cheat sheet. Number two, if you don't want to buy my cheat sheet, then somebody on your team is going to need to verify benefits for every single patient you guys see. And you're going to have an understanding, right? A very good understanding of how each plan works so you know what codes to ask for. So number one mistake I see you guys make is trying to bill every single insurance company with Z71.3. If that was the case, I definitely would not have a job helping insurance-based dietitians. So that is number one. And I bet your bottom dollar, if you are billing UHC, there's a good chance that you are doing it incorrectly and you are trying to bill it with Z71.3. Once again, I work with hundreds of dietitians in the insurance-based space, and I see that as the number one mistake. Number two, waiting too long to submit insurance claims or waiting too long to correct insurance claims. I know it goes without saying, but the longer you wait to submit an insurance claim, the longer it's going to take for you to get paid. Historically speaking, if you read the insurance handbooks, like I do, because I'm a geek on the street, if you read the insurance handbooks, there is generally a statute of limitations defined either in the handbook or directly in your contract relative to how long you have to submit insurance claims. And that means from the date of service. So while I know you guys don't love Medicare, I love me some Medicare peeps. It's 12 months. But why I say that as the first statute of limitations is because most insurance companies are more like 180 days. I know that may sound bananas to anybody that has a regular cadence in terms of how they're billing, which I'm going to talk about in a hot second. But if you submit claims, because remember, you're fucking responsible for submitting the claims. If you submit them beyond the time frame, there is 100% chance you are not getting paid. And it's going to say something like, it's your like on the, the denial, it's like beyond contractual obligations, right? The patient is not responsible if you were irresponsible. So how do we fix that? What I suggest is coming up with a cadence for billing in your practice. The quicker you submit the claims, the quicker you get paid. Okay. I know for many people that just may not be doable on the same day, but one of the things that I found helpful in my practice when it was just a handful of us and a handful of claims was I actually would just do them once a week and the same time in the same day every week. Yes, we would wait 7 days in order to do those, but that's just how my little brain compartmentalized cadence for billing insurance. Now we do insurance claims every single day for the previous day. So when we come in on Monday, we're submitting claims for Friday and Saturday. When we do claims on Tuesdays, those are for Monday's patients that we've seen. Whatever cadence you guys want to decide, whether it be Tuesday, Thursday, whatever, just establish it and stay with it. And actually like put it in your calendar, right? So like I would put like even, I don't know what's silly is like, even though I know I'm going to work out Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, like I put it in my notebook. So I have to be accountable to myself. So number two problem I see with you guys billing insurance is shockingly, you are not getting your claims in on time, or you're not getting your corrected claims in on time. And that means you're missing out on a shit ton of money because you cannot charge the patient for something you were responsible for. Number three, this is probably one that you guys are not even aware, but I see it all day, every day. Number three, you guys are failing to understand that there are two types of insurance plans that exist out there: fully funded insurance plans and self-funded insurance plans. Where I see you guys going wrong, especially the assumption that you guys will often make is, say it's an Anthem PPO plan. You make the assumption because it says PPO that is a fully funded group plan. A fully funded group plan has to adhere to the Affordable Care Act guidelines to the T, right? They have to have preventative services. They have to cover them in full with no copay and no co-share, all of those things, right? Self-funded plans can be like a wild card, right? So where you may be submitting Z71.3 for a fully funded group plan for Anthem, a lot of times in my experience, although there are tons of exceptions, if you try to submit Z71.3 on a self-funded plan, there is a good chance that that is not a covered service. The main reason being self-funded plans can kind of make up their own rules when it comes to billing insurance, but they do have to adhere to anything that gets a recommendation from the task force of A or B. And those things are overweight, obesity, cardiovascular disease, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, prediabetes, so on and so forth. Okay. So they generally have to cover those, unless on a self-funded plan, they write those all out specifically. And that is clear when you verify benefits. So we're seeing more and more self-funded plans hit the market. And I'm seeing more dietitians not asking the right questions because they're seeing the carb. You can have a PPO self-funded plan, right? So the first question you want to ask the insurance company when you are calling to verify benefits is this a fully funded group plan, or is this a self-funded plan funded through the employer, right? You can have something, like I said, like an Anthem plan, fully funded, self-funded, entirely different way in which we're going to bill. Okay. I've been seeing this happen a ton, and I think the reason why I'm seeing it happen a ton is because we're seeing more and more self-funded plans hit the market because it is more cost effective for small employers to utilize those programs. Okay. So let's recap. My goal with this video is to save you a shit ton of money. And the only way I can save you a shit ton of money is if you do what I ask you to do. So let me walk you guys through the 3 problems I'm seeing you guys hit most commonly, and let's just recap what I need you to do. Number 1, stop making the assumption that every single insurance plan covers Z71.3. Either pull the insurance company's preventative policies or buy my cheat sheet, which we'll link below this video, so you know exactly what codes to be verifying. Number 2, establish a regular cadence for how you are billing insurance plans. I don't care if you do it weekly, like I did in the beginning of my career. I don't care if you do it daily. I would prefer that you do it daily, but I also understand that that may not be doable for all practices. So establish a cadence in which you would be submitting insurance claims and come up with a system so you never miss the timeline. Like I said, every single insurance company has a different timeline, with Medicare being the longest of 12 months, but most insurance companies are more like 180 days from the date of service. In number 3, I don't even know how to rank these in the orders of urgency because I see you guys kind of fumbling on this one a lot. Not all plans are fully funded by the employer. Some of them are self-funded, and they do not, in most of those scenarios, follow the same guidelines of the payer, right? So if it's an Anthem plan and you've been billing the shit out of them with Z71.3, probably a good chance that on some of these, if not all of these self-funded plans, they're going to work entirely different, okay? Remember, even if it says PPO on the front of the card, it still can be a self-funded plan. And everybody asks me, how do I know if it's a self-funded plan? Sometimes it will say it on the card, on the front or the back. Sometimes it will say it in Availity if it's a Blue Cross Blue Shield or Aetna plan. And sometimes you need to call, okay? Use the chat, do whatever you do to verify benefits. So those are the top 3 things as of lately I am seeing you guys run into as issues. And those 3 little things are causing you guys to lose thousands of dollars in certain practices because you're not doubling down on the fundamentals. So if you are losing money and your claims are not getting paid, then you may want to consider joining my Epic coaching program. This is a 6 months coaching program, and I literally take you through my step-by-step process for getting paid on 100% of your claims. Because if you are not getting paid on 100% of your claims, then we need to talk, because there's a 99% chance that it could be a you issue that I promise I can fix if you show me how you're billing, and I can help you establish the fundamentals. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you know somebody that's struggling with these 3 things, which is pretty much every single dietitian on the planet, please share this video. And as you guys know, we release videos just like this once a week. So hit the subscribe button if you're interested in getting more tips, guidelines on how to keep more money in your pocket as an insurance-based dietitian.